Friday the 5th of August. Good morning. First of all, please forgive me for not being in my normal surroundings. Today was a sneaky day off, and I'm quickly making this video before I get told off for working on a day off, but I needed to let you know about this one. I've called it 2008. This is not 2008. The depressing communications from our Bank of England yesterday certainly made for gloomy reading, and for good reason. Nobody wants to be told that there is a recession on the way. Oh, and by the way, folks, it's going to be a long one. The media feeding frenzy then begun as reporters quickly linked up the dots to try and paint their own frightening comparisons. The last time we had a long recession was in 2008, they firmly asserted. And then they rushed around the country asking people where they were when the 2008 crash happened. Well, I was a student on holiday, begins the first victim, as the interviewer sympathetically attempts to build their story. At this point, I turned the radio off. I clearly remember the 2008 crash, as many of you will also do. I remember sitting next to Lisa in our living room on the Sunday evening that Barclays withdrew their bid to buy out Lehman Brothers. And we realised the horrific impact that this was likely to have on all of our finances. The damage was systemic, with banks literally being hours away from running out of cash in their cash machines and governments having to swiftly bail them out to the tune of eye-watering amounts. The credit bubble gravy train had ended, and the carnage was brutal. Today, we're faced with such a different set of circumstances. Companies are generally in good health, banks are well capitalised, and a notable bear market crash already happened several months ago in the world's largest two economies. The issue now is inflation. Now, you'll know this, even if you've even been living without the news for the past year. I envy you. Those of you who followed my videos throughout the pandemic will recall that I made several references to the danger of QE by central banks and the unintended consequences of an inflation juggernaut. It would seem that central bankers at the time decided this issue could be pushed further down the road, or perhaps they just hoped it wouldn't happen. There are three things now that have been predominantly causing this inflation, in my humble view. These are: 1, the breakdown of supply chains, thus pushing up the price of goods. These breakdowns were caused by countries in the developing world locking down their factories. This pressure has now started to ease, and far more items are back in production. 2, the long-term effect of QE by central banks, such as the Bank of England, pushing money into the economy was a great rescue remedy, but failing to put the brakes on last summer when the economy was booming has now led to an inflation overhang. 3, the reduction of oil, gas and grain from Russia and Ukraine has been the petrol to the inflation flames, adding far more pressure to people's energy bills and costs of food all around the world. But wait, points 1 and 2 are now largely historical, right? This is the frustrating thing about central banks that have had to rely upon historical data to map out a future probability. In many ways, this is no different to the COVID modelling that we witnessed back in 2020, which forecast almost Armageddon-like outcomes. The chances are that we are already in a small recession and have been for some time. However, the central bank methodology hasn't caught up with this yet. It's also possible, although not certain, that global inflation is already cooling, as being shown in US Treasury yields and other new data coming out of America. And really, this is the point I want to finish on today. The UK economy is not the only game in town from an investor's perspective. Indeed, it's a small part of the overall global picture. The key economy to watch here is the US, with perhaps China as a close second. At the moment, the US is enjoying a nice period of recovery. There's a real chance that there will be some technical sell-offs from investors as they pause to take profits. And it is fragile over there. But all the early signs of market recovery are evident. The impact upon our client portfolios of a buoyant US market would dwarf the impact of a UK recession. 2008 was all about trouble in America that systemically then spread to our economy and markets. 2022 is a very different scenario that offers investors real opportunities to quietly pick up gains whilst waiting for the tide to come back in, which it eventually will. As ever, we are here for you. If you have any questions at all, don't let the media get you down, and have a lovely weekend. My very best wishes.